Hi, I'm Alex Bishop. Most of you know me, many of you in the room know me, and this is the time where I talk about the grants program. I run ECA's grants program and I can talk all day about it, but I won't, as Craig said. Around the back there are posters that highlight some of the great projects that we have funded through the grants program, and you can read the stories for yourselves. There are some QR codes on there too, and so you can find out some more information, more than the snapshot on those posters. But also in the room we are joined, I love it, it's like a family, by the grants community. There are on each table, I think there may even be a grantee, either current or past grantees. If anybody's interested in the grants program, come see me and I can connect you with potential partner. Just come chat to me. I could go on, as I said, but I won't, because what we're here today, is to honour the legacy of Dr. Gill Owen, one of ECA's inaugural board members. Usually, David Green, her husband, would be here to present the scholarship for this year's winner, but he's unfortunately unable to be here, so I will carry the baton this year. So I do want to say a little bit about Gill, because she is very special to ECA and our family. She was deeply respected. She was a policy advocate and someone who believed passionately about better outcomes for energy consumers in both Australia and the UK. She brought an international lens to Australian energy reform. She believed that we didn't need to solve every problem from scratch, something I talk about all the time, but we could learn from others. So this scholarship supports an individual to travel internationally to research innovative ideas that we can learn from. But it's not academic tourism. This is about identifying innovation that can improve the lives of energy consumers, particularly in a rapidly transforming energy system. There are countries around the world grappling with similar challenges, and some are trialling bold solutions. And so this scholarship allows us to harvest those insights. It ensures that we remain connected to global thinking, and it builds the capacity of our advocacy community. So, if you're working on a problem that feels stubborn, come talk to me about the grants program. But if you suspect somewhere in the world somebody's approaching it differently, and if you want to bring those ideas back to Australia to potentially shift the outcome for our consumers here, this scholarship might be for you. Gill believed that good policy is informed by evidence, experience, and exchange across borders, and this scholarship continues that legacy. But before I announce the 2026 scholarship winner, I have a treat for you. I want you to hear the reflections from a previous recipient, quite a star performer, Rob McLeod, who many of you know. Rob discovered how Spain is responding to extreme heat and energy system stress, and he's going to provide short reflections on what he found. And then I'll be back to announce the next winner. Rob.
Thanks so much, Alex, and I want to echo your acknowledgement of Dr. Gill Owen and the place that this scholarship program has in recognising her work as well as her husband, David Green. And it would be a gross understatement to say that I'm deeply grateful to ECA for the opportunity to do this work through the scholarship program. So I did go to Spain in 2023 to research their response to heat waves and extreme heat, I guess more broadly climate resilience for communities and energy systems. And Spain then and now is in a situation and has had experiences that really do place it at the intersection of climate impacts and energy system transition. In 2022 and 2023, those were two of the three hottest summers that Spain had ever experienced in its history. I note that those have now been surpassed by 2025, and so they have been bumped off those spots, and we expect more of that. They were also years that were on the back of the energy crisis in Europe, particularly, but elsewhere, that was provoked by the Russian invasion of Ukraine and resulting gas price increases, and it meant major challenges for the Spanish energy system as well as others. And to give you kind of an illustration of the sort of things that they were looking at doing, they had to ban the use of air conditioning at a thermostat reading of under 26 degrees as an energy demand management response in these circumstances. And so looking at how they could respond to heat waves in a way that was supporting communities, that was keeping communities safe, that was managing questions like energy poverty in summer, was a really critical set of issues. The scholarship allowed me to talk to a range of experts and organisations working on the ground around things like summer energy poverty, around health strategies, building policy, urban resilience, a range of other things. The headline innovation that got the most interest here, I think, was the city of Seville, which has been the first city in the world to start naming heat waves in the way that we name cyclones. So they actually give them a human name, heat wave Rob, Now, coming back to Australia from this, one thing I really want to underline was the value of working with ECA and collaborating with ECA on this to ensure that there was impact to this work. So working with ECA, we were able to hold briefings for government, we were able to hold briefings with networks and advocates, engage with a whole range of government processes, things like the National Adaptation Plan, in order to bring some of these findings back. Also working with ECA Communications and acknowledge their work in making sure that there was really good media, national media coverage on particularly that heatwave naming strategy. And I note that has now been a policy that's formally adopted by an independent federal member of parliament just over recent weeks. And so that's ticking along, and there's been a lot of interest in this. If anyone, I encourage people to talk to Alex, absolutely 100% encourage you to talk to her about this program, and come and have a chat to me if you want to have an informal chat about the experiences of the scholarship. But once again, thank you so much.
Right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, I would now like to present the 2026 Gill Owen Scholarship. And the scholarship's going to Emma Bacon from Sweltering Cities. So, Emma plans to investigate how international adaptation finance models, particularly from the UK, can inform the design of fair, consumer-focused financing mechanisms in Australia that enable households and small businesses to invest in energy-efficient, climate-resilient buildings and infrastructure. So congratulations, Emma, and we'll look forward to hearing all about it next year at the forum. So get your tickets now. And I will also encourage anybody who's interested, applications are now open for the 2026 Gill Owen Scholarship, and I will present you with a lovely... Yeah, congratulations.